Housing prices are rising and it's becoming a national crisis for first-time homebuyers. The median selling price for a home approached $416,900, up 25% from February of 2020. And inventories are at historically low levels. Inventory are just now approaching less than 300,000 homes on the open market. So there's no escape from this environment, and there continues to be a significant amount of cutthroat bidding wars that are continuing to permeate in the housing market. Miami has experienced a 19% increase in the prices of homes year over year. Similarly, Denver experienced an 18.6% increase, San Diego has experienced a 22.4% increase, and Phoenix a 30.2% increase. So this whole fact pattern is happening across the country and is a nationwide phenomenon. Rent prices, don't even get started there. That is also experiencing the similar fact pattern because rent prices typically follow the housing market for all intents and purposes. Miami, as an example, on a year-over-year basis, is experiencing a 50% increase when it comes to rent. Similarly, the cities of Jacksonville, Memphis, Tampa, San Diego, Las Vegas are all experiencing a year-over-year increase when it comes to rent prices of 30% or more. With new construction booming, there is relief on the way, but with that said, this relief is going to occur over the long term here because home builders are still dealing with the 3 L's: rising labor prices, rising land prices, and rising lumber prices. Therefore, for home builders to actually make their money's worth when it comes to building a lot of these homes, they are continuing to placate to the higher income portion of the market. And that is why 1 in 5 homes is only being sold at less than $300,000. Now, one thing that is absolutely true is interest rates are slowly but surely rising. And historically, as interest rates rise, it does have an effect or a negative effect when it comes to the prices of homes as more and more people pull out of the housing market. But in the environment that we are in, we cannot necessarily expect this to happen in the very short term here. Most experts are expecting that in 2022, we will continue to see rising prices for homes. Perhaps not to the same level as it was in 2020 as well as 2021, but with that said, they are expecting a historically high rate of increase when it comes to the prices for homes. For example, the chief economist at Fannie Mae, this guy Doug Duncan, is anticipating a 7 to 8% increase in the prices of homes in 2022. And just put that in a historical lens perspective, okay? Typically, you'd expect to see home prices going up 2 to 3% year over year, and he's expecting this to increase by 7 to 8% in 2022. And he's expecting that inventory of new homes will only grow by about 3% this year. So the question really becomes is, what is a new home buyer, a first-time home buyer, or for that matter, even a home buyer that is in a home but is looking to change their homes for whatever reason, what are they supposed to do? Well, firstly, there's a notion of acknowledgement or acceptance, okay? You're accepting a couple of things. You're accepting the notion that the prices of homes are going to be high. You're accepting the notion that you are going to be dealing with a lot of competitive buyers out there when there may potentially be a bidding war. Therefore, it is important, once you acknowledge this thing and once you come to accept this whole fact pattern, that perhaps it's not desirable quality to fall in love with basically the first home that you see in the market. Secondly, largely due to the same reasons that we talked about in the first thing. You're not getting homes at rock bottom prices, due to which, if you are able to successfully buy a home, plan on being in that home for 7 to 10 years such that you can realize some level of appreciation over the longer term on that particular property as well. Home buying, there's no dispute about it. It continues to be a great diversified investment source for most people. And if you can take advantage of it, it's absolutely a good thing. But the fact of the matter remains that when you bid in for a property that is at a higher valuation, naturally speaking, in order for you to get your money's worth, there is going to be an element of duration that factors in, due to which you need to hold on to that property for an extended period of time. Thirdly, don't F around with your real estate agent. Get somebody who actually knows what is it that they're talking about. Get somebody who's very familiar with the area that they're working in. Get someone who's actually good at negotiating negotiation skills. Get someone who's well connected, who may know lots and lots of real estate agents, because some of those real estate agents are going to be the seller's real estate agent as well, and it is beneficial to have a wide network amongst the real estate agent community. You don't want to get somebody who's potentially doing this thing as a side hustle just because they passed the real estate agent exam. You want a real estate agent who is going to be in your court, is going to support you, is going to provide you with value-added insight as you go through this whole process. Fourthly, get your financial house in order. If you need to get pre-approved for a loan, get pre-approved for a loan prior to making an offer, such that your offer basically is more compelling from a seller's point of view. Additionally, if you're fortunate enough to make a cash offer, or if you are one of those individuals who actually has a home and can basically refinance that home such that you can make a cash offer on a new home, get all of that paperwork basically in order. Cash offers continue to be very highly regarded because eventually they do help facilitate a much faster close. Fifth, be creative. Be willing to get and put yourself in unusual circumstances, okay? If it's a matter of pulling on those emotional strings on an individual, have at it, okay? If you want to send a letter, for example, to the seller, if you want to send them pictures of your family and how you'll potentially be living in that home, do whatever it takes to basically pull on those emotional strings such that you can potentially get this home. Sixth, know your limits, okay? So if you are somebody who is relatively handy and can work with a fixer-upper, there's nothing better than that. Typically, fixer-upper type of homes, people tend to stay away from. So if you're somebody who's handy and can go about doing some of these type of fixes, it is definitely going to be a good thing. And lastly, if you need to wait. If you need to just get in a rental property, I know it's no picnic. I know I've talked about that before, but at least you're not locking in tens and thousands of dollars into a home that you may have some challenges affording over the long term. So if you need to rent and buy some time, rent and buy some time. But I don't think you should expect the prices of homes to potentially come down in the not too distant future. Remember, there's a big difference in the environment that we're in right now relative to what happened in 2008. Credit quality of most first-time buyers as well as existing home buyers is actually pretty strong. Banks are not going to be going out making the same mistakes that they did back in 2008. Credit quality is good. These are all real buyers out there. Eventually, at some point, these home builders will build enough homes and the supply-demand imbalance will resolve itself. But I don't think even then you can expect to see a precipitous decline when it comes to the prices of homes. And it's true. Eventually, these houses will become so expensive that people will just bow to the market. In fact, that is happening now. Lots and lots of people are bowing out of the market even as we speak. But with that said, there is so much competition out there. And as I mentioned originally or earlier in this video, there's only 300,000 homes or less in the entire marketplace when it comes to these homes, due to which the competition continues to be severe. So I hope you found the contents of this video to be informative and some of these 7 steps basically resonate with you. If they did, don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.